There were times when I, of course, would get self-conscious at looking at the mirror and not seeing any Freddie Mercury going on.
And here we are with Mazzello, Gwilym, Lee, and Rami Malek. Bienvenidos, welcome. So excited to be here.
Thank you for having us.
Very much.
Such an honor, and I'm so excited because this is one of the greatest rock bands ever.
Agreed.
The voice of this man was studied by scientists, revealing that it was one of the most amazing voices that could do the most complex things. How nervous were you to interpret the voice, to play these artists that are amazing? Tell me a little bit about that.
It was very overwhelming for all of us, but I think it was quite honestly the challenge of a lifetime, and I think we all like a little bit of a challenge. Now this is a massive one, and all we could do is come together and just try to hold each other up and give each other the most support we could. And fortunately, we had Brian May and Roger Taylor who came in early and just kind of championed us from the start. So that gave us a little bit of a boost that we really needed to be able to step into these roles.
And I heard that they were also part of picking you guys at some point, no?
They had, yeah, they had
could have mixed it.
the
Oh my
final
God.
answer on every single one of us. Yeah. So, and they could have pulled the plug on this at any point, and we made it.
You made it, and you did an amazing film. Now, do you guys play the instruments, like the bass, the guitars, or did you have to learn?
Yeah, I played
Actually.
a little bit
Yeah.
of guitar. I played like rhythm, acoustic guitar,
Yeah.
but certainly nothing on
Not
that kind of
electric.
level. So there's a lot of work for all of us that went into
Yes.
it. A lot of hard graft.
And talking about hard work, mister, just Freddie Mercury was such a great showman.
Yes.
How many hours did you spend in front of the mirror practicing?
It wasn't like a bathroom mirror. It was more of one of the dance
performance
studio
dance studio,
mirrors.
yeah.
But to be quite honest, my movement teacher, Polly Bennett, she would say, "Don't look in the mirror. Don't look in the mirror."
Really?
Because there were there were times when I, of course, would get self-conscious at looking at the mirror and not seeing any Freddie Mercury going on. So it took a while before we started to embrace the mirror, so to speak.
Now, for each of you, what did you find out about the real person that did make the film? Was there anything in particular?
Good question.
That didn't make the film. I mean, there's a ton of backstory. It was sort of John Deacon was sort of I describe him as the accidental rock star. He really was just trying to do Queen as like a part-time thing. And just when he had time off, he was really focused more on his studies. He was an electrical engineer and kind of working really technically with things. And this was just sort of like, in my spare time, I'll
His
just
hobby.
run with this band a little bit. And 20 years later, he's still in just the biggest band of all time, writing #1 hit songs. And so I think that was something that we shot, but didn't quite make the movie that I wish we could have.
There's a whole like film that could be made about Brian May for sure. He's such a multifaceted kind of character. He's a PhD in astrophysics. He's very active in animal welfare and all these kind of things. So he's a real Renaissance man, and there's a whole side to him that is referenced in the film but not fully investigated, which would be
I mean, you could make a whole story about his guitar, right?
yeah his guitar.
Did you know this?
What?
His guitar is
I wanna
the
know.
guitar that he plays even to this day. He
Yes.
built when he was about 14, 15 with his father, but with old bits of bric-a-brac that were lying around the house. So there's a bit of an old fireplace in there, an old bike saddle, his
Oh my
mother's knitting
God.
needles.
Same guitar he's still using today.
Yeah, and
That
he
is
even made the
insane.
pickups.
Did
It
he
kind
let
of
you touch it?
yeah, I did get a chance to play it
Okay,
actually.
good.
Yeah.
John Deacon made his own amp called the AC Deaky.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Yeah. So they
That
were
is
like, that was the
insane.
thing. They had these
Yeah.
other interests that, I don't know, I think something about all of that just made the band even better, because they were so like interested in the sound, like the actual mechanics of it.
Definitely.
Yeah.
There was a really cool scene we shot that didn't make the film where Freddie Mercury composes a song in the bathtub, which really happened, and that was Crazy Little Thing Called Love. So,
How did that not make it?
yes, well, it'll make it somewhere down the line. But
There's going to be a 6-hour version of
Yes.
this movie
It's
someday, I'm
special.
sure.
Yeah.
Something. We need something a little more.
yeah.
Guys, thank you so much.
Oh, it was a pleasure.
And
Thank you very much.
You cannot miss this movie, Bohemian Rhapsody, especially if you're a Queen fan. You're gonna love it.
Thank you.